Wix Website Tutorial 2023 Full in-depth tutorial for beginners. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I hope you all are doing great and are having an amazing and incredible day. I bring you back with yet another video, and in this video we're going to be discussing about Wix in great depth and detail. Okay, we're going to be discussing about all the features that Wix brings you and how you can use this amazing website builder to create yourself one of the most greatest, the most functioning, the most attractive looking websites out there. So, basically, without further ado, let's just get straight into it. Okay. So, first of all, what you're going to do is obviously you're going to come over to Wix.com. Obviously, okay. Here you can see all the stuff: create a website without limits, build and scale with confidence, from a powerful website builder to advanced business solutions, all the usual stuff. So to basically start yourself off, obviously we're going to go over and head into the pricings. Okay, we actually need to see how the pricings actually work, how, the pricing affects on what we do and all that. So obviously that's the essential part. And once you come here you can see Wix premium plans. Wix gives you hundreds of templates, unlimited pages, and top grade hosting free. Upgrade to premium and get even more. Okay, now Wix has three different categorized plans. So the first category is website plans. It's great for showcasing a professional site and everything, okay? And this is for if you, let's say, want to make, anything going from a normal website to an article website, a blog, a portfolio website, something that's just a normal website. Then comes business and e-commerce plans. Okay, this is to obviously, as it says, run an e-commerce website or to run a proper store. And as you can see, it says essential for accepting online payments. So it's really important to have this. And as you can see, it's, you get the full suite of it. You can accept online payments, grow your business, get the full suite. And yeah, it's just great stuff to have for your website if and only if you are, opting to make an online store for yourself. So obviously, the website plans pricings are, starts from $4, goes up to 8, 12, 24. Then there's business and e-commerce plan, from 17 to 25 to 35. And then obviously there's the enterprise plans, but those are obviously for the larger scale businesses. So we won't get into that. So now that we've understood all this, let's go ahead and get started. And we're going to click on this top right button over here to get started. So once you click on get started, it's going to bring you here to the whole sign up page. Now, in this case, I am going to be using a temp mail for myself. Okay, now the reason I'm using a temp mail is, because I'll probably be scraping off this account later on, this account making and, the whole website that I'm going to be creating for you is just for, helping purposes, for informational purposes. So, yeah. Now, once you're over here, obviously, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to copy my email, paste it here. Then, obviously, you're gonna make sure to have everything like properly. Now, do you know this that when you're making, like, before you're making your website, when you're going through the sign up and everything, and it takes you through the whole loading, do have a clear-cut idea of what type of website we're actually gonna be making. Okay, you're gonna have to choose a niche in your mind, and then you're gonna have to actually have a good structurized thing going on for yourself. So once you obviously have all of that in your brain, once you have a clear-cut idea, then and only then would I recommend creating or start creating a website. Because most people don't actually know what they're going to work with. Most people don't actually have a blueprint in their brain. So, yeah, I'd say it's just best to have that clear-cut idea. And once you have that clear-cut idea in your mind, yeah, from there on out, you should be good to go with the whole account creation and everything. So as you can see, I've entered all my necessary details. And once I've entered that, here it says, let's, set you up. So let's set you up with the right tools. First, who are you actually creating a website for? So it could be for yourself or it could be for a client. Okay, obviously right now it's for myself. So I'm going to go with this option. So for myself, click on continue. Now, once you click on continue, it's going to bring you here. What kind of website are you creating? Now, this is the part where you're going to have to start giving Wix things that are, necessary. Like, it's necessary to give them the right answer for these kind of things. Now, why is that? That is because according to the answers you give it, it's gonna give you the according templates and everything. Okay, so obviously, as it says for your business or website type, what kind of website are you actually creating? So, you can go with any option that it gives you. I'm gonna go with let's say I'm creating a basic blog. Okay, let's go with a blog. Now, once you go with a blog, we're going to click on next. And once you click on next, it says, what would you like to call your website? You can change it anytime you want. So I'm just like, if we can change it anytime I want, I'm just going to keep a random name for now, which I can, carry on and change on later. So what are your goals for this website? Okay. So they give you 9 different discrete goals. So sell products, offer services, promote a business, collect leads, display creative work, promote myself, share knowledge, build a community, and just explore. Okay. So, I'll go with let's go with sell products, offer or promote a business, display creative work, promote myself, and yeah. Now once you do that, we're gonna click on next. And obviously, once you do that, it's going to take you in over here. So continue setting up your website and your dashboard. So obviously now you're like, halfway there. So now you're just going to head straight into your dashboard where you're going to, start handling all the technical stuff and all the, in-depth technicalities that your page actually has. Okay. So what you're going to do in this case is, yeah, in this case, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead into the connect a custom domain section and you can start connecting a custom domain for yourself. And the fun thing about connecting a custom domain is you get your very own domain. You don't have to mess around with the free original domains that the websites give you. Like Wix will provide you with a free domain if you don't want to work for a proper one. But yeah, you can go with a different one if you want to. So basically, once we have, just about that, yeah. Now let's discuss about the website structure. Okay, once your website is, fully made and everything is done, the website structure is, basically a header, strip 1 in which you add main information, strip 2 where you add more list of information, strip 3, and then finally your footer. Okay, so it's header, strip 1, strip 2, strip 3, and then footer. So obviously we're going to be getting into that. And obviously when it comes to all those editorial bits, that's where the designer inside you should kick in. That's where, you should start getting into the artistic styling. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna have to make sure that when it comes to designing, you are inclined towards it. So what do I mean by that? Because as you can see, you have these headers, and in the headers, you have menu, social media, button, login, etc., etc. So you're gonna have to, add these things, and you're gonna have to design them accordingly. Then you have the first strip, as I told you, that has your basic heading, small paragraph, a photo over here, a button. Then you have the second strip with like a small paragraph and you know, a small picture showing stuff about your page. Then, the final strip could be your offers for your page, your website, could be a gallery of all the products that you have and, other stuff. And then finally, the footer with your links, social media, disclaimers, help, center, etc., etc. So, that's your basic website structure, and that is what we are actually going to be getting into. That is what we're actually going to be creating. Okay. So, starting off, what we're going to do is we're going to learn on how we're going to upload media. Okay, now uploading media to your Wix is actually a fun part. Okay, so you can either upload it by going on settings. Okay, uploading it by going on settings is a pretty easy task. Or what you can do is you can just come up here on design site. Okay, and on design site here, it's going to start you off. So how would you like to design your website? Now there's two options. Okay, you can either let Wix create a site for you, use our site builder to go live quickly, etc., or customize a design template, choose from thousands of designs for your main site. Okay, so go ahead and choose a template if you want to. So pretty easy, pretty basic stuff to have for your website. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and pick a template for myself. Okay. Now, once you pick a template, obviously you're going to come over here, blog website templates, You have your personal blog, food and travel, news and business, arts, fashion and beauty, sports and wellness, podcasts, etc., etc. A whole lot of stuff that is pretty necessary for your page. So, what you're going to do in this case is, let's say, you're making a basic blog, right? So, for a basic blog, we're going to need to have a layout. Now, in this case, I'm going to be using a blank template, but you can use one of their proper full-fledged templates. Their proper templates look really good. They're really amazing. Not a big fan of the layout, but the art styles are amazing. So please go ahead and go with them if you want to. But you know what? Right now, I'm going to start off with a totally blank template. Click on blank templates, go on total scratch. And once you do that, as you can see, it starts loading me in with a proper blank template. Now, once you go into the blank template, this is where we're going to start at, talking about the editorial concepts, the editorial parts, and, you have different things going around for your page and everything. So pretty fun and basic stuff. Now, as you can see, once you're over here into your page, you have tons and tons of things going on. So in the left-hand side, you have all these tools. So before doing that, as you can see, it starts adding things. So adds Wix store and, different types of plugins and add-ons to your page. And what they do for your page is, they just give it a basic creative platform, which you can use more for yourself. They basically are integrations. Okay. And obviously, as you know, integrations are just much easier and much simpler to work with. Okay. Now, now what we're gonna do is obviously once everything is done loading up, we're gonna go ahead and start making our basic layout. Okay. Now, to make a basic layout for yourself, obviously you're gonna want to choose a coloring scheme. Okay, you're gonna wanna think about what colors are gonna, actually go for your page, what colors you're actually gonna want and everything. Okay. And again, those things are pretty, necessary for your page. So, okay, in some cases, the loading section for this whole thing might take a while. So do make sure to wait with it. And if it takes a bit too long, you can just go ahead and reload the page and all of this will be gone. But as you can see in my case, it's already done. Now, once it's done, what you're going to do is obviously we're going to get straight into the editorial bit. So as you can see, first of all, let's go ahead and add elements and let's create a layout for ourselves, okay? So for a layout, obviously let's choose a strip. I'm going to choose a dark layout. So let's choose a strip. And look at that. It adds the strip automatically. And obviously we can make the strip bigger or we can make it smaller. That totally depends on you. And it's really easy to mess around with the strip and everything. Like, look at that. You can extend it. You can make it smaller, make it bigger. Pretty cool stuff. And obviously it's as so. Look at that. So you can extend it all, and then you can also stretch the strips, okay? You can stretch the background, and it's really, so as you can see, you can make it stretched, or it could be, a paid script. I prefer it stretched. Now, once it's stretched, obviously comes the media. So you can change the script background, and to change the script background, as you can see, you have a lot of options. So you can make it a video background. You can make it just a solid color. As you can see, it's a solid black color right now. Or you can upload an image. So let's say if we go on image, it's going to start giving us an option. So this is the media library or the media dashboard for Wix. And obviously you can use this to upload pictures to the strip background. And yeah, really fun and amazing stuff going on in this retrospect. So once you have a whole strip and a strip background up and running for yourself, what you're gonna do in this case is just choose a nice photo. Now, obviously, as I told you, you are gonna want to have to, choose a niche for whatever page you're gonna go with. So let's say I'm gonna make a fitness blog for myself, okay? Now for a fitness blog, obviously we're gonna go ahead and need a photo. I'm gonna go ahead and take a photo off of Pexels. Pexels is a free stock photo, royalty-free image, creator, and you can take any photos off. So I'm just gonna go ahead and write, gym or fitness, just write something like that. And as you can see, you get tons and tons of fitness photos over here. So just choose whichever photo looks best for your page and just go ahead and put it. Now this photo looks pretty nice. A man is running So I guess it would fit in nice. So let's download it. And once you come here, again, change your background image. Let's wait for it. There we go. Now what you're going to do is you're going to click on upload media. And once you click on upload media, obviously it's going to ask you to upload media from your computer or, maybe some other platform. There we go. So that's the media. You're going to click on that and you're going to upload it. Now, once you upload it, it's going to take a second to upload. So let's just wait for it to do that. And once everything is uploaded, yeah, basically from there on out, what you're going to do is you're going to paste that photo into your strip background. Obviously, it takes a second or two for the photo to upload, depending on the size. And once it's uploaded, click on change background. And once you do that, look at that. It's going to look so amazing. So to edit as you can see, it's a bit filled in and everything, so you can just click on adjust and you can start adjusting how you want to make it look. So look at that. You can edit it, change the contrast, change the brightness and everything. So once you do that, yeah, you're gonna be good to go. And then you can also crop and resize the photo to fit it in more. So pretty cool stuff. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel it, and obviously we're going to position the photo accordingly. So again, choose the layout for yourself, style your image background your way. As you can see, you can position it accordingly. You can bring it lower, you can take it higher, and just give it a good decent look. So I'm just going to keep it in the middle because that just, I guess, gives it a better look. And if it doesn't fit in or anything, you can always just, increase the size. So there we go. Increase the size, give it more sizing from the top, and there you go. So that looks much better. That looks much nicer. And now what we're gonna do, you know what? I'm gonna bring this a bit over here. Yeah. Now what we're gonna do is obviously we're gonna start adding texts over here. Okay. Now, let's say I'm gonna go and add elements. So to add text, you're gonna obviously go and add elements, click on text. Now, once you go in add elements, click on text, you're going to start choosing the type of text you want to add. So you have different options, okay? Different headings, you have different fonts down here. So let's say I'm going to click on add heading 1. And once you click on add heading 1, obviously you're going to choose the position for the text. So let's say I'm going to choose this position right beside this person. Okay. Now, once you do that, obviously, again, make sure that text is inside the grid as so. Now, you can start, putting in your text. So let's say I'm going to write train with, whatever our trainer's name, let's say John. So train with John. Okay. And obviously you can see that the text looks really scattered. It looks really, separated. So you can obviously increase or decrease the font size if you want to accordingly. And let's make it a bit bold, let's give it a nice boldy look. And you can change the font accordingly for yourself if you want to. So let's say I'm going to go with this font. And you can also change the color. So I'd say in this case, the color white would look better. I'm going to go on color and I'm going to change the color to white. And then once you do that, wait, it didn't change it. Yeah, there we go. So once you change it to white, let's give it an outline effect. So let's go on effects and let's go ahead and give it a nice little shadow or outline behind it. So when it has a shadow, it's easier to see with, all the clouds in the back. Now that we have our text, we can, move it more closer to John. So there we go, train with John. And then obviously you can mess around with this more. Let's say if you don't like it, like, like how this text box actually looks, you can obviously go ahead and make the text more, smaller. You can shift it more closer to each other. So you get the whole point of this. And then obviously go ahead and mess more with the alignment and everything. So really fun stuff. And let's say you want to add some more text under it. Okay, so train with John, and then obviously you can make smaller headings under it. So we're going to click on add elements, and let's make a small heading right under this. So I'm going to have that, bring this here. And in the small heading, obviously you can give it a nice little slogan. So let's say we can call it your body, your way. Okay, let's just say we're going to give it a nice old slogan. And obviously, again, keep the color the same as this. And once you've kept the color, obviously you can give it some different lines and spacings. And yeah, looks pretty nice. So obviously moving further on, you can give it some buttons if you want to. So let's say I'm gonna make it a bit bigger. There we go. And now we can add a button under it. Okay, now what does a button do? Obviously you can redirect and stuff. So let's say I'm gonna go on buttons. And here you can see it gives us the option for, themed buttons and all that. So pretty good stuff. Now, how do you actually work with buttons? Now that's a simpler thing to actually work with. So let's say, once you're on buttons and everything over here, you're gonna go ahead and choose whatever button suits you best. I'd say let's go with this, okay? You can get a little funky with the buttons and everything. So you do that, and you can make the button a bit bigger, and you're gonna go on the text, and you can change the text to whatever, you can write stuff like start here or start now, or anything like that. And then obviously you can choose different links, so you can go and choose a link, and then you can link this to other pages if you want to. Pretty simple stuff. And then we're gonna bring this here. You can also change the style of the button if you want to. So let's say we're gonna go on design as so. And once you go on design, obviously you get more privileges to mess around with the button even more. So here you are in design, and let's say I'm gonna change the design to something. Yeah, let's just go with a basic blue button, to be honest. Or you can even go with a transparent one. Yeah, let's go with the blue. The blue would suit best. And then obviously here's the text. Yeah, there we go. So now you can see we have train with John, your body, your way, and a button. And obviously you can mess around with the alignment accordingly. Now once you do all of that, obviously as you can see, you've started your homepage. Okay, that's your basic homepage. Now, obviously we have created this, but that's just your basic homepage. How will you actually work on this more? Let's go ahead and add more pages. Now, how will you add pages? Obviously, this is your homepage. So to add more pages, what you're going to do is you're going to come over here on pages and menu. And once you go on pages and menu, you're going to click on add page. And once you click on add page, we're going to click on blank page up here. And once you click on blank page, as you can see, it's going to add a page for you. And you're going to name this page. Let's call it, for example, private sessions. So there we go. Just called it private sessions. Now I'm going to click on done. Now, once you click on done, obviously, private sessions up and running. So then what you can do is start adding more things in private sessions. So wait, let's switch off to homepage. And in the homepage, obviously, remember when I said that we're actually going to be making a hyperlink to this. So let's make a hyperlink. So we click on link page, choose which page, and it's going to link to private sessions. So when someone clicks on this button, they are going to be redirected to the private sessions page that we just created for ourselves. So how cool is that? Now, obviously moving on, what we're going to do for our page in more depth is, starting to add, basic bookings for yourself. So obviously, because these are private sessions, right? So in private sessions, bookings are needed. So we're obviously going to go ahead and do that. But before doing that, let's go ahead and add some themed menus for our pages. So to add themed menus, what you're going to do is, as you can see, I'm going to click on add elements. And let's go over ahead to menu and anchor. Yeah, there it is. So as you go on menu and anchor, as you can, it's going to load in the menus. And once it loads in the menus, let me show you. So here you can see you can start getting themed menus, and then you can choose any one of these, whichever works best for you. So let's go with this one. We're gonna click on it. And obviously, as I told you, it's gonna be in your header. So we're gonna bring it up here in our header. And yeah, let's bring this above. Yeah, there we go. So here you are. You have your header now. And then obviously you can move it to the left side, to the right side, whatever you want. You can change its alignment. You can make it larger if you want to. So there you go. You have your basic header now. As you can see here, you have your menu header, you have your home, private sessions, shop, blog, forum, members, plans and pricings, etc. And you have the search button, which you can align with your text as so. And you have, all this stuff back here, like your card icon. We don't really need a card icon to be honest, so you can obviously go ahead and delete it if you want to. But you can set these things over here. Pretty basic stuff. So as you can see, train with John, your body, your way. And here's, start button. Let me just shift the button over here. Now, here you go. So, we've linked pages and everything. And do also remember to add social media handles. So, obviously, I'm going to delete that. Okay. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to go and add elements once again. And once you go and add elements, what we're going to do is obviously, as I told you, we're going to come down to socials. Okay. And there you go. Here you have your socials. And once you're in socials, obviously just go ahead and choose whatever social handle looking best works for you. So yeah, I guess that's the best in my opinion. I'm just gonna add it there, and there we go. So you have your social handles. Now you have your Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and TikTok. And obviously you can edit these accordingly, set social links, and you can, disable something or enable something. And then you can also set their links over here by just clicking on the link and adding whatever link you have. So, pretty basic stuff. So, as you can see, we have a basic header, we have a basic, strip going on. It's pretty nice basic stuff, okay? And you can also keep header scroll settings for yourself. Okay, now what do I mean by header scroll settings? Header scroll settings is like, the animation for your headers, basically. So how you're gonna mess with it is basically you're gonna come to your header over here and you're gonna click on, any change header design. And as you can see, you can change it to any solid color you want. I'm gonna keep it white, and now you can also go in header scroll settings. So, once this type of setting where the header actually scrolls up with the site. Okay, so wait, let me show you. So yeah, that actually scrolled. Then there's the header freeze, where the header actually goes along with your sites when, a visitor actually visits your site. So let me show you how it looks. So scroll with site is going to look a bit like this. Let me go into the preview mode and let me show you. So this is scroll with site. So once you scroll down, the header is going to scroll back up in a very smooth look. Okay. And obviously the freeze is when the header actually comes down with the whole site. So yeah, basically. And then the header also fades out in some cases. So I personally like keep it on fade out because fade out just looks much neater. So as you can see, the header has faded out. So pretty nice, pretty basic stuff. And yeah, you could do more settings with your headers if you want to. Again, I personally keep it on fade out, but you can keep it to whatever you want. The basic is scroll with site, so you can keep it on that as well. Now, once we've discussed about all the header settings and different menus, let's go ahead and discuss more of the other aspects in greater depth. Okay, now what do I mean by more of the other aspects? The other aspects are things like, your footers and, many other things like adding more content and everything. So let's go ahead and discuss all of that. Okay. Now, before discussing all of that, obviously, we're going to get into the booking aspect in this video as well. So once you have the whole website created and everything, let's get into the booking as well. Now, to, create a proper booking site, what you're going to want to do is obviously you're going to have the booking page. And this is our booking page for the private sessions, of course. So obviously what you're going to do for the booking sessions and everything is you're going to come here and you're going to start creating bookings. And to create bookings, obviously what you're going to do first of all is you're going to come over here down to add apps. And once you go down to add apps, what you're going to do is you're going to click on search apps. And here you can see we're going to go ahead and add bookings. And we're going to go ahead, click on Wix bookings. And once you click on Wix bookings, you're going to click on add the site. Okay. Now, Wix bookings is something that you use to actually book content onto your website. And it's It's really important for your website, the bookings, and just make sure to add these to your website. Now, once we've added bookings to our website, let's go ahead and discuss, more things in depth with bookings. So as you can see, it just added bookings, and we're gonna obviously mess around with this like later on. Let's move over to home again, and finish our footer. So obviously, as I told you, this is your header. Wait, let me just remove this mini cart. There we go. So this is your header. This is your basic, thing going on. And then finally, there's your footer. So obviously, we're going to complete this section by just bringing it up here. There we go. And down here, it's going to be your footer. So start designing your footer by adding elements. So obviously, we're going to click on Add Elements. And yeah, first of all, let's add ourselves a footer strip. And obviously, I'm going to add the same color strip down here. And you can control the size of your footer. Obviously, the footer usually isn't this big. So just go ahead and keep a normal, acceptable size for the footer. And once, the footer size is in and everything, wait, let me just set it. There we go. So that's your optimal footer size. Keep it, keep it optimal. And once you have your basic footer size going on and everything, what you're going to do from there on out is obviously, first of all, you write down the basic things that a footer has, copyrights and everything. So first of all, we're going to go ahead to your service contents. You can add a contact form and everything, by the way, if you want to. That's obviously totally dependent on you. But in this case, let's just go ahead and add, the basic things. So first of all, let's go ahead and add our socials. So for the footer, obviously keep this. And once you do that, you can add those C 2022 by John Leahy or something like that. That thing you have C 2023 by etc. etc. that you have at the end of your store. So just copy that off. Wait, you can write C in a circle, just write that. And obviously they're going to give you the copyright symbol over here. So that's the copyright symbol. I'm going to go ahead and copy that. You're going to come to your website as so. And obviously here you're going to start clicking on add elements. Go ahead and click on add text, add heading. You're going to bring the heading down over here and obviously paste C, right, 2023 by John Leahy. Okay, just write that. And obviously, first of all, we're going to make the color more visible because right now it does not look visible at all. So that looks, yeah, that looks fairly visible. Then obviously we're going to centralize it as so. Make the font smaller. Okay. And obviously we're going to give the font a bit of a look because right now it doesn't look good at all. So once you have that, just bring it a bit down, a bit lower. And yeah, that looks pretty decent. Wait, let me just bring it here. Yeah, there we go. So that looks pretty decent. That looks pretty nice for a footer. Looks pretty good. Again, you can make it a bit smaller if you want to. You can also like obviously I've added underlining, but you can remove the underlining if you want to. Yeah, honestly speaking, removed looks better. And you can also keep animations for these things if you want to. Pretty simple, pretty basic stuff. Wait, let me just bring this up here. And let me just bring this photo a bit down. And again, as I told you, make sure to like don't leave any white spaces with the photos or anything, between the footers and stuff, because obviously later on that's just gonna have more problems for you. So once you're done with that and you've, created a main strip, a header, and a footer, let's go ahead and add more sections. So you're going to click on add section, and there you go. It gives you the option of adding a section, and obviously you have different sections. You have different categories of sections. It could be welcome, it could be your about, it could be your team, many things to actually, go consider and everything. So just go with whatever's going to be best for you. In our page's case, let's go with, yeah, in our page's case, I guess the more better option would be just adding another strip. Okay. And we're going to then just keep it as a blank section. So there's our blank section. And in this blank section, let's go ahead and change the section background. Okay, and you don't necessarily need to just add one image. You can add multiple images. So to add that, you're going to click on Add Elements. You're going to go down to Video and Music. It could be a video as well, by the way. But let's come up here. Let's go on Upload Images. Okay, and before doing that, yeah, let's just get more fitness images in because we only have the one. So in fitness images, yeah, let's go with a few. So here we have it. Let's go with this, a guy on a pull-up bar. Okay, now once that downloads, obviously we're gonna add some more. There we go. That's one. And let's go with another one. It should be, yeah, let's go with that. That looks, you know what? No, that's black and white. That's gonna remove, like, it's gonna ruin the contrast. Yeah, let's go with this. Let's go with the squad. So once you have the proper, images and everything to go with that. Let's come back here, upload from computer. And do notice that you can choose multiple images, okay? You can choose multiple images that you want to upload. So obviously you can select both of these. So there we go. Now once you do that, as you can see, it starts uploading both the images. And you can choose to, add both of them at the same time if you want to. What I'm going to do in this case is I'm going to add one because obviously the adjustment that comes with adding one or two together, yeah, that takes a bit, that takes a while. So obviously, we're messing around with the adjustment beforehand. Now, there we go. And once that is done, let's go ahead and add the pull-up bar image first. Click on Add to Page. Now, once you click on Add to Page, obviously the photo is going to be, adjusted accordingly. There we go. So let's go ahead, adjust the photo as so, and let's add it there. So there's our first photo. And obviously make sure that there are no white spaces once you're adding this. So yeah, let's kill the white space. There we go. And yeah, there you have it. So that's your first image. And obviously we're going to make sure to go ahead and crop it down. There we go. Like, we don't want it popping out into the other sections, do we? So once you do that, one photo over here. Again, I'm going to bring it a bit over here. There we go. So one image over here. Let's add the other image over here. So we're going to do the same. Click on Add Elements, go on Images, go on Upload Images, upload from computer, go on the Hack Squad image. There you have the image. Click on Add to Page. And yeah, do the same. Make this image smaller. Once you do that, bring it here into the grid. And again, do the same thing. Make sure the image fits. And yeah, once that is done, again, make sure the image doesn't go into the other sections because obviously that's going to look really untidy. So you can obviously go on the crop tool as so, and crop the image accordingly. And yeah, that should be good. And once that is done, yeah, there you go. So there you have it. Your image has been cropped. And again, just fit it in. There we go. So that looks much nicer. It looks much neater. And yeah, I like the look of that. Now you can, write your text in between this. So let's go on Add Elements, go on Text, go on Heading. And here you're going to have your heading, start writing your text. So, write stuff like get fit right now, get fit with John's, pricings and plans, get fit with John's gym, etc., etc. So, add all the necessary stuff to your actual, lookout. So, you know, get fit right now. Okay. And once you've written that, obviously we're going to bring it down here into the center. Once you're over here, you're going to come into the alignment. Okay, there you go. And just centralize it. There we go. It's centralized. And obviously you can add different elements. So let's say I'm going to go on add elements, and you can add like different widgets. So let's say I'm gonna go with some, relevant things. So obviously we want some gym related, let's say some gym related different PNG. So obviously you can go ahead and add that. Now to add like, the PNGs of your type, that could be a tricky bit because sometimes, they're not gonna offer you that. So obviously in that case, you're gonna go into the image. And again, obviously you click on upload images. Now in this case, we're gonna go to Wix images. And if Wix doesn't give you those images, you're just gonna come to the media files, okay? And media from Wix. You're gonna go over here and you can write, gym or fitness or something like that, and you can choose what type of image you actually want. So it could be a vector art. uh, you know who doesn't like a little vector art? So look at this, and then you can obviously go ahead and add these things. So let's say I'm going to go ahead and add this weight. Click on that, click on add to page, and look at that. Now once you add that, you can obviously increase the size of this as much as you want to. And once you increase the size, obviously you can leave down different plans and contact details, etc., etc. Leave down the necessities if there are any. Because that just that's the sign of a good page, a good and running page, and it's just necessary to have all those things for your page. Okay, so again, I'm just gonna come down here on add elements, and once you go down here, obviously you can add different anchors for your page and all that. So again, I'm just gonna go on text. Once you go on text, click on add heading. Once you click on add heading, just add things like contact us, and then just leave your contact if there is any. You can leave an email. So gtyh897 at the rate gmail.com, or maybe you have your very own business email that you can add. Pretty simple stuff. So I'm going to choose this, and then once you choose this, I'm going to centrally align it. And once it's centrally aligned, same thing, we're going to come down here. There we go. Add it like that. And then you're just going to make sure to choose a decent font for yourself. Let's go with this Hosenvin font. You can make it bold, you can choose to make it smaller, all depends on you. And once all that is done, from here on out, what we're going to do is we're just going to choose a nicer color for ourselves. Or, just set it over here. And yeah, now obviously we're going to head over to our booking, okay? So as you can see, this page looks pretty decent, looks pretty nice. And, I like what we've done with the page till now. Now, once we are done with this basic page of ours, yeah, let's go ahead and start discussing what we're actually going to do with the booking page. So for the booking page, obviously, you're going to come here, you're going to click on private sessions, and obviously over here, we're going to add our booking element, as I told you. So you're going to come down here into bookings. And once you go in bookings, obviously, just click on it, any booking constitution. And once you do that, here you can see it gives you the whole booking outlook. And once you have the booking outlook going on for yourself, what you can do in this case is just, have a good look. So what do I mean by having a good look and everything? First of all, give actual details for what you're actually offering for the business that you're actually going to be offering. So in my case, obviously the first service that I'm going to offer is I'm going to click on add your first service. And once we click on add your first service, obviously it's going to take you through the whole first service thing, where it's going to ask you what will you offer for this, structure, what you're going to offer and everything. So you're going to obviously make sure to add, the proper booking accordingly. As you can see, it says add a new service. So to add a new service, you can, choose any of these. It could be an online meeting, consultation, in-person appointment. Obviously, in our case, it's an in-person appointment, so I'm going to do that. Click on edit. And once you do that, obviously, you can choose your appointment. So it could be an in-person appointment. It could be any type of other appointment. So in this case, obviously, it's a gym appointment. You can give it a different tagline, give it, describe it, and it could be per session. It could be with a plan per session. Let's say it's gonna have a fixed price. And once all of that is done, add all the necessary information. And adding the information is extremely like important, because if you don't have the proper booking service, trust me, it's not gonna work for you. So once you have a proper booking, we're gonna move on back. And as you can see, we have our first service, and there you go. So it's just gonna add your service over there, and pretty much, yeah, that's how easy it is. So just go on preview, and let's say I'm gonna go on my homepage. Now this is how our homepage looks. Pretty nice. It looks pretty good. I'm glad what we've actually done with the page. So train with John, your body, your way. Click on start here. And once you click on start here, as you can see, it brings you to the booking page. And obviously here, people can click on book now. And once they click on book now, obviously they're going to be taken to the whole booking system, where they're going to see the gym day, the gym time, and everything. Check next availability. You have the whole gym status, all the dates, etc. So just go ahead, choose what's better for you. And once you've chosen that, yeah, you're essentially going to be good to go. So, pretty easy, pretty basic, pretty nice stuff that you can have for your page. So, yeah, that's basically how you're going to create a website with your Wix in the easiest, most simplest way possible. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please do make sure to drop down a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to see more videos like this in the future, please let me know down in the comments below, and I will be making more for you. But yeah, until then, that's about it for this video. If you fully enjoyed, again, drop down like, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching till the end, and I will be seeing all of you next time. Goodbye.